today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Oklahoma product Baker Mayfield trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play fake. Mayfield. Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Number 27, Kareem.
And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This
pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
A loss of 11 yards. It's 3rd.
It doesn't start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This is Bell. He gets away from one. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 24.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Now Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Returning it, Johnson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Now Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to it.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Hardman to return. Big-time return there, 40 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close, sneaking.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Harrison Butker on
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Heading Coming back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it's strong. The Browns drive about to get started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's second down. From the gun, Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. But it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
again, it's Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Frank Clark drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's on to half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Win or go home. That's the name of the game. And we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And 6.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And Robinson with a big catch. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
The 7-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now here's Johnson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play. And this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now, Mayfield. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before him. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Nick Chubb stopped short. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
2-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And that's Alex Okafor who gets in to register the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. There they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victory.
Tonight, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the field. Threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brees. And that is incomplete.
Intended for...
And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
You give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now Brees on third down. Pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 46-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a first and 10 at their own 46. A quick throw by Brady complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
To Mike Evans.
They'll come up now on second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard. At the Saints, 44-yard.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Shotgun now for Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the 24-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
At the 1-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
He's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady keeping it himself from a yard out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks, but here he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? Let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on, and how many often does that team that's been playing before win game? Almost always, or it feels that way anyway. But it's a one-shot deal like the NFL. That's critical because now you come in and you've got the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Kamara. He'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down at the 40.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
They're clicking right now. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Tampa Bay.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Brady's throw there complete, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And a Buccaneer first down.
To throw is Brady. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Throwing again. Brady. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again. 3rd down here.
There defensively.
Now Brady again. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing on first down is Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. There's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the gun, it's Breeze. And down he goes. A Buccaneer a sack. Shaquille Barrett is second. Sack of the night. After the sack on first down, Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On third and long, it's Breeze. Pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. William Golston able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. So we've come upon halftime here in this, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Saints nothing.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Oh, good looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30.
And away.
He will score.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Extra point put through by Succa. And the lead is now 24.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Muscles him off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second and 2 at their 48.
From just shy of midfield, Breeze. And incomplete on a deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This one into the hands of Burton. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
William Golston on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Buccaneers' 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Breeze looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. That's caught, it's Thomas. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Kamara trying again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He was brought down by...
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Gain of a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints get a bit closer. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Conversion is no good.
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And they will finally get him down. How about that return? They'll be set up well as time has run out in this 3rd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
The ball carrier.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Fournette running out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll run it with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Suck up for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going down the road, you may have to even leave early in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it. Championship round, there's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because...
What do you mean? He dropped it. Oh, God. Looked like he didn't even have it.
If he's going to be diagnosed as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From New Orleans, good night.